Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to make an experiment, a scientific experiment for you. I'm going to try to show you how pollinators, insects, see the flowers of lilies. So here is a bunch of lilies. This is an Aurelian hybrid seedling. This is an OT hybrid called Montego Bay and Manissa. This is Manissa, and this one is elusive. And I'm sorry, but there are a couple of plants which did not flower. We have a half flower of Anastasia, and a Henry hybrid didn't open just yet. So what you see now is a LED light, a normal white LED light, and this is how mammals and birds see the flowers. And interestingly, birds and mammals are able to see the visible spectrum, what we see, and our vision is quite strong at red and yellow. However, insects do not see red at all. So they see a little bit into the ultraviolet spectrum. So I'm going to use an UV lamp specially designed for scientific research. This is a very strong mercury vapor lamp, which has a special coating which only allows through the ultraviolet light. And I'm currently at my workplace in where we have the phytotrons, so you can hear the buzzing of the machines. So I would like to point out that there are nectar in the nectaries and on the stamens, and sometimes you see that the pollen is smudged on the flowers. So my point is to let you see how insects and pollinators see our flowers. It's totally different and it's a new experience compared to what we usually see. Be prepared that despite of this UV lamp is very strong, the video recorders and the cameras are designed to capture what usually humans see. So even though I'm going to hit these plants with a very strong UV light, you're not going to be able to see as strong as the insects would see. And I'm in a dark room right now because normal light interferes with the UV light. So this is just a way to think of how other animals see the world differently than we do see. So let's start. I turn off my LED lamp, and there will be a little bit dark for a minute, and then I try to show you how animals see. So this first, you can see that the fluorescence of the plastic, and you can also see the fluorescence of the nectaries in the Aurelian hybrid, and also the fluorescence of the anthers, not the anthers, but the what's the botanical name for that? So this pinkish orange is the part where the anthers are connected to. And the other interesting thing is, maybe you can see that the nectar is also fluorescent under UV light. So the animals will see that the orangish red stamens and the stigma, which fluoresces a little bit with a good pollen. So when the pollen is on the stigma, it turns a little bit green. And this Montego Bay, the stamens and the style fluorescence differently. It's white, and I don't know if we can see, but the nectar is also fluorescent. I try to zoom in, it's just pretty hard for me to keep two things in my hand at a time, so my apologies. So maybe you can see how white it looks. This is very nice reddish orange, and the nectar is also fluorescence really nice, and you can see the nectar drops in the nectar. Okay, let's move on to Anastasia, and you can see that virus symptoms increase fluorescence a little bit, so it looks more colorful and white. The stamens are white, and the stigmatic lobes are glowing also. But the really interesting thing is that the nectary is glowing. So pollinators will see the glowing nectaries and the nectar, and they are instantly attracted to that and to the stamens. And now Manissa, you can see a very bright drop there. That's dried in sugar nectar. And you can also see that the tips of the nectaries are fluorescent green, and the tips of the tepals are also a little bit fluorescent. It's very interesting, and you can see, maybe you can see that the nectar is inside on the nectaries, and the tip of the nectar is glowing. Turn. So here you can also see more nectar drops, dried in nectar drops, and now it's growing reddish, the stigma, and interestingly the pollen is not glowing. Just some, oh, and look how nice it's from outside. So you can see that in the elusive, the backside of the anthers are glowing, and it's red. Maybe these plants change, the stigma and style changes color as it matures. Just trying to, so you can see the nectar drops also glowing. So for me this is very interesting, and I hope that you find this also interesting. Some nectar drops from the plant, dried nectar drops, and the bud itself is not glowing, just the open flowers. So look at this, the older flower, it seems to glow in a reddish, the stigma and the stamens. And look at this stigma, when it's receptive and it had pollen on it, it glows really bright. And when pollination happens, the stigma and the styles stop glowing that much as they would normally do. So I hope you find this interesting, and I hope you learned something and you can appreciate pollinators like I do, and flowers as I never appreciated before. So thank you for your attention, and see you next time in the garden. Bye bye.